What would you consider to be your greatest accomplishment while you were at BYU?
Oh, I don't know if I was ever great at anything, but I feel like one of the important things that I was focused on was not so much teaching tax and all of that thing, but to teach the students to really, I'm going to say, come forth to learn and go forth to serve. And I wanted to make sure that they understood that it was important for them to learn good things and do good things. So I think that's what it was. I have kind of sweet little memories of students that I could see their lives were really being changed and being tested but changed and making much better progress in their own lives.
Yeah.
So I think that's really the most important thing that I tried to do. And in fact, I taught there 38 years as a professor, and sometimes my brothers or other friends would say, "Why don't you just retire and go on a mission?" And I would say to them, "Well, I'm already on a mission right here, working with these wonderful students, you know."
So now that you have retired, what have you been up to?
Just as we were retiring, we were called to be Pathway missionaries. I don't know if you've heard of Pathway. And that was a really wonderful experience for us. And we did that for a couple of years here locally. And then as we were retiring, we got a phone call from one of my brothers who happened to be in the temple presidency down in Tijuana, Mexico. And he said, "Hey, put your papers in and apply for Tijuana, Mexico temple, because we're having a lot of people leave and we don't have a lot of people asking to come." And he said, "I'm going to call another one of our brothers, and so the three of us and our spouses will be able to have a wonderful time down here in Tijuana, Mexico." And I said, "Okay." So we put in our papers, and boom, we went right down there.
Wow.
And when we got there, he greeted us and said, "Well, good to see you. Now I have some bad news." I said, "Oh, really? What is it?" He said, "Well, we've been called to be mission president in Madrid, Spain.
Oh my goodness.
So we're only going to be here for 3 weeks." And he started saying, "You know, we really ought to have you guys change and come over to Madrid, Spain." And we were very much enticed to do that. But we felt like, no, we had made a commitment to be here in Tijuana, Mexico. So we stayed there with my other brother and his wife, and we had a wonderful time.
Okay.
So we served down there in Tijuana, Mexico. And then we came back, and we've been involved here in the ward quite a bit, involved with a lot of our family. We've done quite a bit of traveling here and there and things like that. And that's basically what we've been doing.
Oh, yeah. Is there any further advice that you would give to current students or to alumni in living their lives or in their professions?
Integrity is not just for your profession, but of course it is for the profession as well as your entire life. And integrity is what we need to stand for. We need to follow the rules. We need to follow the Savior. And then using that, the Savior wants us to reach out to others, to take the initiative, to get involved and help them. And so I think that's really the same thing.